So what are the things that make someone a sociopath? I know we've talked about this, and people like to throw like sociopath and psychopath, there's the word, around a lot. But
the sociopath thing's interesting. Let's just kind of look
focus on that. Okay.
So, because I would submit to you that everybody can be sociopathic given the right context. Because really, when you think about sociopathy, what we call a sociopath either is not aware of how other people feel. In other words, they lack empathy, okay? And lacking empathy could be, I'm not aware of what you feel because I'm either not, or because I'm in denial, or because I lack the sort of the equipment to do that. Or I can be a functional human being in most contexts, but in this particular situation, I do not care how you feel. And if you look at it that way, if empathy is really the cornerstone of this, this idea, the world, all of us can be sociopaths. The world's filled with them in that case, because again, we can be triggered into a spot where we don't care how other people feel because of what's happened to us in the past. Like bridezillas. Right. People losing certain their situations, mind certain contexts can take you to a certain place inside yourself where you just simply don't care. And we do this to each other all the time. People go, now there are people that are sort of fixed sociopaths because, again, they don't have the neurological equipment to empathize. This is where we get into developmental disorders, things like that. But also there are people just born without the equipment too, in the sense that they function well in the world. They just don't have much for empathy for other people. And those are the ones that we're normally talking about when we're talking about sociopaths. Are they the most extreme? Are they the majority? They will be the most intentional with it. So when it does when it does sort of hit the front page, they're the ones we think of. You know what I mean? Right. But the fact of the matter is we all have contexts in our lives. And I just learned this not too long ago, that I can be triggered into a place where in order to protect me, like if I become stressed enough, in order to protect me, one of the things that I will do is just simply forget any empathetic responsibility I have to other people at all. Because I'm afraid. Because I'm fearful about something, I'm stressed over something, and in order for me to be okay, that's not important. The trigger, the state that I'm triggered into, is not aware of and does not care. And it justifies that. How could I possibly care about how you feel when I'm over here just trying to be okay? Listen, you don't understand. I need to do this to take care of me. I need to completely ignore any empathetic responsibility I have to you at all in order to just be safe and okay. We do this all the time to each other. And we can also have things that we really value a lot. Goals we have. I mean, this is why, people who are with a real clear sense of mission, or artists, business builders, like CEOs, people who are very hyper-focused on one thing, and their value for this one thing is enormous. They will have to become and appear very sociopathic to the rest of the things in people, context, relationships in their purview, because, and it's not that they're like, well, I don't care about these people. This is just more important. So you can value something to such an extent that you can become disengaged with your empathetic responsibilities around that. It happens to us all the time. So yeah, I mean, we either all can have our moments or do have our moments where we are functioning like a sociopath functions. And that's a hard pill for people to swallow, because we all, I think, you've had people in your life where you're like, you're just acting like you don't give a shit, and they don't, because of whatever that is. Maybe the priority's not there. Think about it like an issue of priorities. Their priorities in this matter are such that they not only don't register their empathetic understanding, their empathetic connections to other people, but they rationalize that it's perfectly appropriate to be that way. And that makes you functionally a sociopath in that context, in that moment. And you can move in and out of that. Does that make sense to you? That does make sense.